back here. There are fears that more horse races could be disrupted after Saturday's controversial Grand National when the start was delayed by animal rights protesters. One horse died following a fall at the first fence after the race eventually did get underway. Its trainer claims the horse had been unsettled by the disruption prior to the event. The animal welfare charity, the RSPCA, today called for reforms to the historic race.
The horse on the left is Hill 16, jockey Ryan Mania, an experienced runner with a former Grand National winner in the saddle. But at Aintree on Saturday, they fell at the first fence. The horse was so badly injured it had to be put down. Today, the man who trained Hill 16 returned for the first time to its old stables.
It's obviously a very, very sombre place today. It'll never replace, a lovely, lovely horse.
Saturday's Grand National was disrupted by a high-profile protest. A group called Animal Rising managed to break in past security and delayed the start. The animals were kept in a holding area.
Everything being done to keep him as calm as possible.
Hill 16 is seen here in front of a horse that lost its rider. Such was the chaos of the delay.
Well, I'm absolutely furious about what they've done because they've used an event to further their cause. And they've had no thought of the welfare of the horses.
The protesters would say that they were there because horse racing regularly has horses die.
That is true. We can't get away from that. In the last 9 years, there have been an average of 1 or 2 fallers at the first and second fence, and this year there was 8. So, the statistics show that something was very different, and that was the difference.
Animal rights groups want horse racing banned and have pledged to continue disruption. Claudio Rojas was there on Saturday.
I do believe that these people who work with these horses love them and care for them, but unfortunately they are then still put in situations where they are in harm's way, where they are going to potentially break limbs, break their necks, be shot, where they are whipped.
Already this year, 50 horses have been killed in accidents on UK racetracks. At Aintree alone, the home of the Grand National, there have been 64 horse deaths in the past 20 years. And Hill 16 was just one of 3 fatalities there on Saturday.
There is inherent risk in every sport, but it's particularly the case in horse racing when you look at the speed and strength of these animals and what they're being asked to do. The question for horse racing is how much risk is too much and what are they going to do to mitigate it?
Over the last 20 years, we've changed a huge amount consistently to make the race as safe as it can be. And, we're flexible to doing that in future, but it is always done on a data-led, making sure that we're not making any knee-jerk reactions.
Today, trainer Sandy Johnson returned to racing with a royal welcome, and the jockey that fell with Hill 16 returned to the saddle. This sport goes on, but it is braced for further disruption with the Scottish Grand National this Saturday. Peter Smith, News at 10, Kelso.
And protests disrupted the World Snooker Championship.